Rip, why is the rum gone? Today, we're talking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now!
Ask me about my wiener!
Would you like to have a suckle at my zipper? Like perfect 10?
Cool beans. Cool beans.
And you never once paid for drugs. Yeah, Jamie. We want a shrubbery!
Slippy, slappy, slimming, Swanson?
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly! Shooter!
Welcome back to the funniest movie ever. I'm your host, Chaps. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ripp. Say hi.
Hello.
Be sure to click that follow button, and if you like the episode, share it with a friend. Today, we're diving into our controversial and total scam of our own format division, Is It a Comedy, with Pirates of the Caribbean. Also, just a quick PSA, we'll be taking a week off next week, so next week you're going to hear a re-release of a classic episode, and we're going to be back with a new one on March 11th. Alrighty, Rip, how are you? What's new, and what are you watching?
I'm good, Chaps. Sneaky pick this week. Caught Stealing.
Ooh,
You've seen this one, right?
I have seen this one, actually. I should bring my partner in here for this one.
Oh, boy.
Tell me what you kick it off.
I was excited for this one. You know, I was hoping to sneak it in before the year's end, but I never got around to it. Saw it was on Crave TV, so I don't know. What's the American version of Crave again? Like Hulu?
HBO?
HBO? It doesn't matter.
Max?
Oh, Max.
Max. Well,
Max?
unless it's like, is it HBO Max or is it just Max now? 'Cause I remember they went to Max and yeah.
I don't know. I was under the impression this was like a heist movie, but really it ended up being more of like one of those, you know, victim of circumstances, like wrong place, wrong time kind of movies instead.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like I'm a fan of that subgenre too. Unfortunately, like this just like didn't do it for me.
It's so disappointing to hear.
Really, Ed? You're a big fan. Would you give this on Letterboxd?
I think my partner and I both gave this like a 4. Like we really enjoyed it for what it was.
Oh wow. See, like I don't know, man. Like it had all of the Rip elements. Like had some funny, had some action, characters were interesting. But for some reason, like I just found it never really kind of like found its footing. Never really clicked. And to be honest, by the time I got to the end, like I was totally checked out.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. It's funny. I think my partner like audibly gasped on the couch the other day and was like, and I was like, "What happened? Like, what's going on?" She's like, "Rip gave Caught Stealing 2 stars on Letterboxd." And I was like,
yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like I watched it with my partner, and you know she thought the same thing. Like, I don't know. It just like it's a quick like 90-minute movie, right? But
yeah, it's perfect. It's right in
I don't
your
know.
wheelhouse.
It felt long to me. It just never really like got going, and it's strange because like I did enjoy the performances. You know, like I've never been a big like Butler guy, but like after this, he is growing on me. And
okay.
I do think he'll do a like really good job in Heat 2 if the rumors are true.
Right.
Zoë Kravitz, I mean, she's incredible in like everything she does. There's no surprise there, but for some reason, you know, you put it all together and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I disagree. I thought it was a great movie. Like, I would have to look back at what my thoughts were on Letterboxd. I can't quite remember all of it because we watched it. I guess we watched it back in December. But we're also like really big Matt Smith fans, who was the guy with the mohawk.
Oh yeah,
he's in. I mean, he's been in tons of stuff. He was most notably known in Doctor Who, all that kind of things like that. But he was in House of the Dragon as one of the Targaryens, and like we also really love him in that. So I think we might have been partial to the Matt Smith effect, just like, you know, anything that he's in, we're going to enjoy kind of thing. But
right on. But he wasn't even in it. Like I would have liked to have had like a little more of him, you know.
And like also Bad Bunny's in it.
Bad Bunny was great. I'm all here for Bad Bunny's acting career.
It's so funny to me because like, ask my partner. She could tell you like, I have no idea who Bad Bunny is. But watching this movie, I was like, this guy's great. Who's this guy? He's fantastic. And then like you even told me Bad Bunny's in Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, he's the caddy in Happy Gilmore 2.
And I thought he was amazing in Happy Gilmore 2. And I'm like, this guy's fantastic. Get this guy into more movies. Apparently it's Bad Bunny. This whole time I had no idea.
Apparently he's like a singer too. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think he went to the what was it, the halfway show, the halftime show, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, is that what they call it?
The big game.
The big game?
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
Almost done show. I don't know. But yeah, that's just me basically admitting that I have no idea who popular artists are these days.
Remind me to avoid your partner because I don't want an earful for not liking this movie.
No, she's just going to internalize that.
I actually snuck one more movie in this week. This is an all-time favorite for me and you. Social Network.
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
Listen, we don't have to spend a lot of time on this one. Like, you know what? Maybe we'll just do like an off-season episode on this because like we both love this movie.
We should.
Iconic score. Like it's Sorkin at his best, Fincher at his best. Like what a fucking writer-director combo here, right?
It's so funny you're bringing this up because I started watching it the other night too. I haven't finished it yet. I was doing some grinding on WoW and put it on. I was like, this movie's fantastic. Like,
if you knew what you were looking for, you'd have found it written on my dorm room window. Like, what a fucking line.
If your clients want to stand on my shoulders and call themselves tall, they have the right to do so. But
the Henley Royal Regatta scene with In the Hall of the Mountain King playing over it is just incredible. Like I can't sing this movie's like praises enough, man. I fucking love it.
The one line I love is the one guy randomly outside like one of the dorm room halls or whatever after they go to the meeting with Bill Gates. He's like, could have swore he was looking at you when he said the next Bill Gates could be in this room. I don't even know who the speaker was. It's Bill Gates.
It was Bill Gates. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. It's so good.
I haven't even got to like the best part of the movie yet because I think I literally stopped right after they met with Sean Parker.
Okay.
For the first time, so it's like he hasn't even gone out to California yet. So I got a lot of the movie left.
So when did this come out? Like 2010?
2010, 2012.
Around there. So
there.
like I don't think we were drinking age yet, but do you think like Apple Teenies took off?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay,
they seemed
look,
like
we were drinking, but we weren't of age to order Apple
Yes, we
Teenies,
were.
is what I'm trying to say.
I think post 2010 we were fine. Yeah, did Apple Teenies take off? I'm not sure.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think at the time Justin Timberlake could have made Apple Teenies a thing though.
Is an Apple Teenie just like replace the like olives and olive juice of a martini and just use apple slices and apple juice? Like I don't know. Like what is
that guy at the bar's crushing apples?
Yeah. He's just juicing all day, juicing all these apples.
What
I'm thinking about the Apple Teenies.
I know, so am I. Okay, change of pace. Tell me what you're watching.
I will save you, but I'm going to give you an update. The MCU rewatch continues. I tackled the Incredible Hulk and Thor. We won't go into it. My partner and I did watch 50 First Dates though.
Oh,
and this was
yeah.
kind of like, we all went out and saw The Wedding Singer a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Fantastic Sandler and Barrymore movie. And again, this one too, just like there's something about the chemistry between Barrymore and Sandler during this time that we should have got like a million movies with them in it together.
Yeah. And then they tried to recreate it for that like incredibly like offensive, horrible African Safari one. Did you ever see that one?
Oh no. I don't know what you're talking about.
Blended, I think it's called. It's so bad. So bad.
It's one of those ones. Never even heard of it.
But yeah, no, I love this movie, but also I feel like I can't go back and watch it because I have a crippling fear of dementia. So
hey dude, same.
I just can't do it, man.
That's totally fair. And it's also like the premise of the movie is so weird. Like if you think too hard about the premise of the movie, like this whole idea she like forgets everything every day and he like continues to try to woo her. I don't know. It kind of falls apart. Like, and then they have a kid.
It's terrifying.
It's like,
terrifying.
I don't know, man. Like
No.
the whole premise is really weird.
It's the kind of movie where I do this with La La Land where like I'll watch the first like hour until it's like revealed something bad is going to happen. So like in La La Land, like
Right.
they don't end up together. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So I won't watch the ending of that movie.
Wait, what?
50 First Dates. It's like, it's all fun and games while he's like sticking his hands in her food and shit. But then we find out that she, that she
I
can't
got some
remember
questions.
anything. So I'm
I got
out.
some questions. What are you doing with your pancakes or your waffles or whatever? Who's building houses out of their waffles? I don't It's weird.
I don't know.
It's weird, man. It's weird.
The one thing I really take from this movie, though, is I can never say Reese's Peanut Butter Cups the same. Hey,
Yeah.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
The one thing that struck me, because I think I've definitely seen this movie before, but I totally forgot that this guy was in it. Fucking Sean Astin,
Yeah.
Samwise. Like,
Oh, yeah,
what are you
he's got
doing
the-
in this movie?
Role of a lifetime here.
Dude, what is the like lisp that he's doing? Though the entire, like, was he told to do that? Was that his choice?
Maybe it's a side effect of the steroids. I heard he's a method actor, so he's getting
Right,
really juiced for
right.
this.
Yeah, no, just a really good, fantastic watch. You know, just a good time. I forget we watched it during the day on Family Day. Probably
Oh, hell yeah.
it was good. Yeah. And then other than that, you know, we caught the last episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I think it's the second last episode.
Dunk the
Phenomenal.
tall.
Phenomenal. Sir Dunk the Tall. Like this episode was crazy, dude. I wish you were watching the show so we could talk about it.
I
But
want to
again,
say,
like,
my wife actually, I think she suggested it the other night, and I contemplated it, but then ultimately decided not to because I didn't want you to roast me if you ever found out I was watching it after all of the shit I talked about it.
that's not true. I don't know. I wouldn't roast you. I'd be stoked because we were talking about it at brunch. Like I was really trying to get you guys into it. I was like, it's not like Game of Thrones at all. You don't need to know the history. Like I was trying to sell you guys on this show.
And see, that's the problem is my wife is very easily swayed. Like you mentioned anything like, oh yeah, this is really good. Like she's on that, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to send her some reels of like A Night of the Seven Kingdoms stuff so it gets into her algorithm and then she'll just eventually force you to watch it.
That is the way to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we were watching last week or so. So let's take our first break, and then when we come back, we are doing Pirates of the Caribbean.
Bobby. They've taken Elizabeth. Welcome aboard the Black Pearl. We must save her. Where do we start?
Jack Sparrow. He talked about the Black Pearl.
Make a deal with him. He can lead us to it.
You forget your place. You are a blacksmith.
If you spring me from this cell, I shall take you to the Black Pearl and your bonny lass.
You're a pirate.
Forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Not sure I deserve it. You're not facing normal pirates. Cruel, demented, vicious pirates, to be certain.
Say goodbye. Goodbye.
But cruel, demented, vicious pirates who cannot be killed.
The moonlight shows us for what we really are.
That's interesting.
And we're back. All right, here's today's George format. We're going to cover some details of the movie, have a chat about the cast, discuss the sequences we liked and the things we didn't like, cover the funniest scenes, and then we're doing things a bit different where we're going to give our verdict and answer the question, is it a comedy? All right, let's get into it, Rip. This movie comes out in 2003. Do you remember where you were in 2003?
I was 11.
Amazing. So at home playing Halo 2 with your friends.
Was Halo 2 out then?
One of the Halos was out.
Okay.
Had to have been, right? This movie had a budget of $140 million. It made $654 million worldwide, which is kind of crazy. The reviews, Rotten Tomato audience score gave it 86%. On Letterboxd, it has a perfect 4.0, not a perfect 5, but a perfect 4.0.
Okay.
And then on IMDb, it has an 8.1. The director of this movie is Gore Verbinski. He went on to do things like The Weatherman, Lone Ranger, and Rango. He kind of became a bit of a Depp whisperer there. The writers include Ted Elliott, Terry Rossio, and Stuart Beattie. These three have done some really like cool movies. The first two, Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio, worked on Aladdin and Shrek. Like those were screenplays from them.
Hell yeah.
And then Stuart Beattie was a writer on Collateral. So
Oh, no way.
really, really interesting worlds kind of colliding.
Yeah, no
there.
kidding.
All right, here's a quick synopsis of the movie. Blacksmith Will Turner teams up with eccentric pirate Captain Jack Sparrow to save Elizabeth Swann, the governor's daughter, and his love from Jack's former pirate allies who are now undead.
Okay.
That's a pretty banging like synopsis of a movie.
It's all right. I mean, I don't know. Eccentric isn't really the word I would choose for for Captain Jack Sparrow, but Will Turner is indeed a blacksmith, I guess.
That's true, and he's a bit of a weenie in this one.
He's a big weenie.
It's a perfect segue for our first discussion. We're going to talk about the cast. I want to talk about the big three here. I think we have some like stellar performances kind of across the board. The biggest one being Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. At the time this came out, I didn't really know who this guy was. I mean, like you said, we were 11, so I think I had only ever seen him in Edward Scissorhands, and at that age, that movie really, really creeped me out. But now, like, when you look back on this role, like, do you think this was like the role for him? Like, is this Johnny Depp's most memorable role, or is there something else people will know him for more?
So again, like, because we're 11, I can't really remember if like what came first, you know, like was he weird before the movie or did he like embody the weirdness after the movie? You know what I mean?
It's so true. It's funny because it's like I think Edward Scissorhands is like late 80s or early 90s. It's like, did he dress like a pirate pre-Pirates, or was that a post-Pirates thing?
Like I love the movie Blow, but this has to be like his most popular movie. And I'm trying to think, like, even the last time I saw Blow, like the way he walks, like he has a certain, like, I don't want to say like swag, but like a certain strut, a certain sway in his walk that like you can see it in kind of all of his performances. It's just obviously dialed up to, 97 in the Pirates movies.
Dude, it's like off the scales in this movie.
But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like I'd say it's almost a detriment because like I have to imagine this is the most typecast somebody can be, right? But then again, I looked it up. He's made over $300 million across 5 movies. Like, you tell me, is it worth it? Like, he is a pirate at this point.
Yeah, he's like Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball, just dressing up like this on a daily basis. But no, I think looking back on it, like, I try to think of other memorable Depp roles, and like obviously there's so many. Like you mentioned, Blow. There's some of his earlier work. I'm blanking on titles right now, but this feels like the most far-reaching in a way, where like the most people have probably seen this. Like kids know who Jack Sparrow is, right? Like it's kind of like an iconic role in that regard. And like you said, dude, everything you said, like Jack Sparrow's incredible. The cadence of his voice, the way it goes up and down, and like the inflections are just kind of all over the place. His weird mannerisms are very like whimsical. And the way the character carries himself, like I guess like the quintessential thing to talk about is the fucking run that he does. Like it's become an internet meme. Like it's great.
And who wins in a race, him or Tom Cruise?
Honestly, I think he's running faster the way he's like. I would love to see a race between Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt and Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. Who's going faster?
It depends. Is there a big bottle of rum at the end of the finish line? Because I mean, if that's the case, right, like odds are getting skewed.
True. But overall, like, what are your thoughts on Depp as Sparrow? Is this character working for you?
I don't think anybody else could have done this role. And what's funny is, as the movie progressed and like his performance, just stood out more and more, I got mad at the idea that like this is the kind of performance that would never win an Oscar. So I went and checked, and he actually got nominated for an Oscar in 2003.
That's amazing. Yeah. I love that. So who did win in 2003 then?
Did you ever see Mystic River?
Oh, that's a Sean Penn movie.
Yeah, it is. It's Sean Penn. Sean Penn won.
Yeah, I mean that's a given.
I've actually never seen that movie, so I can't comment. I'm sure it's an incredible movie, but I can't imagine whatever Sean Penn is doing in that is like literally embodying like an entirely different character. Yeah, there's no way, right?
It's honestly, I don't know, it's such a testament to his like acting ability, like how much he like dissolves into this character, and like you said, he kind of becomes him for the rest of his career. Like he can never shake the Jack Sparrow image. It's just like him and a pirate are synonymous with each other.
To me, the obvious comp here is Heath Ledger as the Joker, right? Like, has anybody ever just disappeared into a role the way he disappears into Jack Sparrow? Like,
right. I mean, there's a bunch of, what's that guy's name? Daniel Day-Lewis roles where he's like kind of unrecognizable. And Gary Oldman too. Gary Oldman kind of disappears into roles sometimes.
I feel like it's different though, like, because you're not wrong, but I feel like you're comparing apples and oranges where, that's one thing to disappear like into like being a president or something, right? But like when you disappear into a character that's just like so over the top, yet it doesn't, what am I trying to say? It doesn't like distract from the movie. Like it it becomes the movie. You know what I mean? Like The Dark Knight, nobody watches it for Batman. They watch it for the Joker, right?
It's so true. Yeah.
And it's just like Pirates, where, you know, obviously the movie is about Jack Sparrow, despite him being, you know, like an anti-hero, right? But he's still like our protagonist.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair. All right, moving on. Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Swann. Did you also have a massive crush on Keira Knightley when you were a kid, or is that just me?
I mean, I think everybody did.
Yeah. Between her and Natalie Portman in Star Wars at the time, young Chaps was a happy guy.
I'm kind of sad. I feel like she kind of disappeared. She didn't really have the career I expected. And I don't know, maybe if that's because people just confused her with Natalie Portman.
Well, the thing is, apparently she was like an extra in Star Wars as one of the handmaidens as well. So it's like easy to get them confused. But what did you think of her performance here? How's she doing for you?
So I'm pretty stoked that first of all, let me start with the character before I dive into her performance, because I really like that the writing behind her character is that like she isn't written as a typical like nothing part. Like, you know, your typical damsel in distress. Like what's the test where it's like, oh, like does a woman have a part in a movie where she actually contributes to like progressing the plot, right?
Yeah.
Keira Knightley in this fully does contribute to progressing the plot. Like she is fleshed out. She's given a role. Like she takes action. She's savvy. Like we'll dive into more like concrete examples later, but I think that it really allowed her to flourish. And I wonder if this is kind of what projected her more into like, you know, the Hollywood sphere, right? Having something that she could sink her teeth into.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Like you said, like the character is well-rounded. There's like an actual story there. There's backstory. There's a soul in her character for sure. Totally agree. Now Orlando Bloom as Will Turner, fucking Legolas as Will Turner. I'm not gonna lie, in the first one he kind of annoys me a bit. Like he gets all these like cringe lines that they're like worse than dad humor lines. But I think it's kind of purposeful to like, you know, show in comparison to Sparrow, this guy's a bit of a weenie.
It's so funny that the first thing you said was, is it Legolas? Legolas?
Yeah. Legolas?
It's the first thing I had written down too. It's just like, why is this guy always playing characters from a billion fucking years ago? Like he has that look like Lord of the Rings, Troy, Kingdom of Heaven, like pirates. Yeah. Like, buddy, do you own any like regular clothes?
Has he been in anything that is like in the modern era?
There has to be a dozen rom-coms with him in it, right?
I think he has like a small role in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, there you go.
Like he
tried to be in modern movies, but they were just like, no, we already got Jude Law, man. Like you keep doing like historical epics. It's okay.
Yeah, you go do that. That's fine. What did you think of him in the movie though?
I liked him. I mean, it was kind of strange, I guess, to see him take like a seat back to like Jack Sparrow and not really like own the spotlight. Cause I feel like maybe this was just me, but even as a kid, like I loved the Lord of the Rings movies. And yeah, you know, Viggo Mortensen is like, is it Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, Viggo
Aragorn.
is like he's your main guy, right? Like other than Frodo, I guess. Like, yeah, Frodo on one side, Viggo leading the other. But I was obsessed with the character of Legolas. Like I don't know, maybe the bow and arrow, there was something about it that you know,
Legolas is just cool, man.
He's just cool.
Legolas is just fucking cool.
So like, to see him take a backseat in this and then also be a weenie at the same time, it kind of caught me off guard.
It's funny you say that. It's like Legolas isn't the main, like you're saying, Viggo's the main guy in Lord of the Rings, and like so Legolas is kind of a backseat role. Like he is kind of taking a backseat to everyone else, but the character itself is just so damn cool. Like Helm's Deep, sliding down the stairs, shooting all those arrows. Like that's awesome. But then, like you said, here he's kind of just is the backseat role. But Will Turner isn't cool.
No,
like
there's nothing cool about him.
No, he's like, and I make all these swords and I train with them 3 hours a day. It's like, cool. You're not cool. Like
you are a weenie. Somehow you made throwing a sword with such precision so lame.
I honestly think they sabotage his character because what is that fucking hat they put him in at the end? Like, The hat with the feather. It's like, dude, you're not a musketeer. Like, what are you, you're a pirate. Like, what are you doing?
However, if you need someone to play a musketeer, I mean, he is your guy. Like, that is right up his...
true. It's true. Yeah. He is of the era. All right, let's move on to our villain, our big bad, Jeffrey Rush as Barbossa. I love Barbossa. I think he's like the quintessential bad guy, bad pirate dude. Like, you know, he adheres to the code but doesn't. He's got that charisma that makes him a likable villain. You want to see more of him. Like, you enjoy like his scenes. And I think it's so much like it's a testament to how great Jeffrey Rush was that they made him like a mainstay of the trilogy. They're like, we can't part ways with him because he's so fantastic. He just kind of eats up screen. Like,
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, 100%. I thought he was really good. I'm really curious if you're gonna find this like insulting because I know you love this movie too. I have another comp for you.
Okay.
The way he was written reminds me a lot of Philip Seymour Hoffman in MI3.
Okay, yeah.
Like, his villainy isn't emphasized through like your typical, you know, evil acts, but instead like he expresses it through like power and command. Like, he makes you buy in rather than telling you like he's bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's the show don't tell of
exactly.
It all. It's like, and you really get to see through his actions and choices and decisions. Like we'll talk about it later when he's talking to Elizabeth about parlay. It's like, and parlay only matters to pirates. Yeah. Like, you know, there's just like you get a sense of who this guy is and his sort of his own personal code of ethics just through some of these actions and mannerisms and stuff.
For sure.
All right, let's jump into some of our opening thoughts. Like, you just sat down to watch the movie. Paint me a picture. Did you have a predetermined verdict going in? Did you think this was going to lean comedy or not? What are you thinking here before the movie starts?
So I checked my letterbox because I do remember having seen this recently. Depends what your definition of recently is. I did watch it, I think like early 2023. So it wasn't completely like new to me, you know, it was still kind of fresh.
Right.
I've always liked this movie. I say this movie because my memory of the sequels is pretty foggy. I don't think I've seen them all. I think I may have checked out when Bloom leaves the series. When did that happen? Do you know?
I think that's 4. Yeah, 4.
Oh, wow. Now how many are there? 5, 6?
So yeah, there are 5 of them.
There's currently 5 and they're working.
There's currently 5. The last one came out in 2017 and they're working on a 6th, I believe.
Seriously? 2017? Why do I feel like they've been coming out in a steady stream since like 2003? Like, I swear we could have gotten one like 2 years ago.
No, honestly, yeah, it kind of feels that way. But yeah, I remember the main 3 the most. Like the Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End, I believe, are those 3. But those are the 3 I remember the most. I think I've seen the 4. Like, one of them has Javier Bardem in it, and it's pretty good. Like, he's got a good performance. So, and then there's a weird de-aged Jack Sparrow. It looks like shit. But
I'm really torn here because this movie was fucking everywhere when it came out, right? Like, this was a smash hit.
Oh yeah.
Why didn't we get more pirate content? Like, not more Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Why didn't we get more pirate content in general? Because pirates are fucking cool.
It's so funny you asked that. My partner said the same thing. She was like, where's the more pirate movies, like, apart from this? Like, have you seen Master and Commander? That's like as close as we got to another, like...
I haven't, but I've heard nothing but good things about that movie.
It's not exactly pirates. It's more like, it's like you're following someone like the Commodore, right?
Yeah.
But it's so good. Like, give yourself an afternoon where you just watch that movie on the couch. It's a perfect couch movie.
I'm going to expose the shit out of my partner here. Throwback to the pandemic. I finish work and I light up a joint and I go and I sit on the couch and I put on Master and Commander, and my partner walks in and she sees the title screen for Master and Commander and she literally laughed at me and said, "What are you watching?" And I got embarrassed and turned it off.
That's incredible.
I haven't gone back since.
Totally fair.
Like, she just hit me with a full on Homer
what
Simpson.
Are you watching?
Nerd.
Fucking gotcha, man. That sucks too, because you just like had a little bit of your joint, you know, you're settling in for a movie, you're super excited. That's rude.
Right? You know how hard it is to pick a movie when you're high? Like going in with a movie
Dude,
in
impossible.
mind. She fucked up that whole thing, man.
You probably just sat there on the couch after that and didn't do anything for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna go on my phone.
Yeah.
my whole day's ruined.
Exactly. I'm with you though. Like this movie, so much charm and heart here. Another thing that's really great about it too is like everything's shot on location and like real sets too. Like something about that just immediately gives me so much more buy-in to whatever the story's about to be, because it just sort of feels like pirate era in the best way when they're shooting on location. How does that feel to you? Like
what is location? The ocean?
like look, they're shooting in these like in the Caribbean like islands and amongst those areas, right? Like
I actually had no idea. That's really cool. Yeah.
Like I mean they do some things on like backlot sets where it's like I don't know what, but like there are a lot of like on location shots in this movie.
Hell yeah. No, I had no idea. That's really cool.
What's the location? Water? Yeah. Like you gotta go find the water somewhere to shoot in. Like,
I was sitting there watching the movie and I was just like,
can I put my boat there?
The CGI never gets water right. Meanwhile, it's like the real ocean.
It's fine. I remember seeing this movie with my dad, like in theaters, and then just asking for it on DVD all year long until Christmas came.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, everything about the movie. The first thing that I want to touch on happens in like the first 5 minutes. And I just really enjoy this opener, really. Like the way they kind of set up the world building, the atmosphere, the like myths and legends that you're going to be dealing with, all within these like first opening minutes. And of course, like you're getting the first hints of the score. You know, it's kind of like underscoring everything in this. It's kind of like that deep, like dun dun dun. Like it's so good. What are your thoughts on the sequence?
It's really good. You know this about me, and I'm sure you feel the same way. Any scene of a child all alone doing something creepy is just like it sends shivers like up down my spine. Whatever the expression is, I hate it. Don't dress them up in colonial clothes, being all weird and shit. Like nobody enjoys that. This is a family fun movie.
The colonial clothes, like that's where you draw the line. It's like no, that's any picture of a ghost. They're always wearing colonial clothes.
Yeah, like I'm not having it. So like the tone is set in a weird way because it's not really the tone of the movie. Like the tone is campy in a way. I guess maybe it aged that way, but I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, this is scarier than I remember, man.
That's what I like about it because it's. I remember when this movie came out at the time. The big talk was like, I think this was one of Disney's first like PG-13 movies or something like that. Like where it was going to be grittier and darker and scarier, and it really was. Even watching back, like it's not like terrifying, but like like you said, like Elizabeth is like singing at the bow of the boat, and it's like, what's going on here? It's creepy.
Yeah, she's doing what the Yo-Ho Pirate song, and I'm sitting here thinking it's like when those two twins are like jumping rope singing like Freddy's coming for you, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing to me.
Yeah. Then of course, she spots the boy in the water, and they get him aboard, and she notices the pirate charm around his neck, steals it, and then you see the black sails in the fog and in the smoke after they discover all the wreckage, right? What a great shot of just like the back end of the boat just like disappearing into the fog. No one believes her that she saw anything except for, of course, Gibbs. Gibbs has seen the legends. I love Gibbs.
Great guy. Great character.
Yeah. And then, you get the time jump that kind of puts you, what is it, 8 or 9 years forward, something like that. And it brings us literally right into our next scene that I really love and I want to talk about. The introduction of Jack Sparrow. Just, I don't know if there's been a more iconic introduction of a character in any other movie. I'm struggling to think of one. Like, we learn so much about him before he even utters a word to anybody, because he's coming into port, bailing out water from his sinking dinghy, and like he's standing atop the highest mast. It sinks and sinks, and he steps right onto the dock as if he planned it all. He hasn't even said a word. And you're like, this guy's legit. Like he knows what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think of this?
It's awesome, and it's the perfect way to get you to cheer for like an anti-hero, right? Like it's just like you said, everything is set up without him even saying a word. Like it's a cool action sequence. He's funny, he's charming out of the gate. Like I think there's a scene a little later on when he's trying to steal a boat, right? And you have the two guards asking him what his name is, and he says Smith or Smithy if you like. It's just it's just good
It's so
writing, you know?
Yeah. Well, he has an interaction with the guard. He's like, "Sir, you can't park your boat there." Basically, he's like, "What boat?" It's like the boat. He's like, "I'll give you 3 shillings and you forget the name," like kind of thing. Like he's already bribing them and everything.
Exactly,
like that.
right? Like the way he walks and sways and struts and speaks, the expressions and gestures he makes, like it's just it's all incredible, man. It is truly like a true embodiment of the role. And you know what? Yeah. We talk all the time about physical comedy, like our GOAT, you know, Cosmo Kramer. This is on par with that, man. Just the way he's like
better.
The way he moves his body, he is like Jack Sparrow.
He's so weird. He's and strange, but it's so weird and strange, but it never feels out of place.
Yeah.
You know, it never feels like too much. It always feels like enough for the moment. Like this could have been so mishandled in another actor's shoes where they're just like completely overdoing it, like so over the top. But with Depp, it just feels like natural. Like it feels like this is him.
It's a really interesting contrast too, because I mean, it's not what you typically think of pirates, right? Like, I guess what's your first iteration is Hook, maybe?
Yeah.
Right? And then even when you compare him
it's like
to...
a stern, mean guy.
Exactly, right? And you compare him to Barbossa or the rest of the crew, and, you know, they're very stiff. They're very, like... We said Barbossa's charismatic, but he's not, like, fun in the same way Jack Sparrow is, right? So for them to write him in this direction and for Depp to just full on, you know, go balls to the walls, 10 out of 10, like just the way everything about him, you know, it's goofy. But
it really is.
But he makes it cool.
Yeah. It's a fine performance. You know, I don't even know what else to keep saying about it because it's just so good. Let's move on to our next highlight of the movie. This is kind of like a longer sequence, but it's where Jack Sparrow saves Elizabeth, and then you sort of roll right into this swashbuckling fight with Will. So Elizabeth basically falls off a cliff after Commodore tries to propose to her because she can't breathe with her corset on. Jack's standing there with the guards, and he's like, "Hey, you guys are gonna help her or something like that?" They're like, "I can't swim." So he dives in after her, saves her, and then Commodore Asshat shows up and tries to arrest Jack after he discovers his pirate brand. And we kind of get like one of my favorite, most iconic lines of the whole movie here, like, and it leads us into the whole escape sequence. You'll always remember this as the day you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow. The music crescendos. You get the legendary run for the first time. He's like avoiding gunfire. His hands are like out in front of him as he's running across the boardwalk. And then, we get that awesome sword fight with Will. And to me, like all of this is done with like an edge of humor to it. Like I mentioned, Jack's run.
Yep.
You know, he's almost failing in that like that fail forward nature where his like bit of dumb luck kind of like oozes into all the actions. So just what are your thoughts on this first big kind of action sequence from the saving Elizabeth to the fight with Will?
Like this is the movie, right? Like you said, this is the day you almost caught Jack Sparrow with the score in the background, you know, the theme for Pirates. Like this is the movie. Like it's such an iconic line. It's such an iconic score. There's a fucking Disney ride like based on this movie that really just comes.
The movie is based on the ride.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, I actually did not know that.
The ride's been around since like the Disney World like first opened.
You honestly just blew my mind. I had no idea that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's called Pirates of the Caribbean, and I don't think there's any characters like Jack Sparrow or anything like that, but like it was like, let's turn our ride into a movie.
Okay, well, I mean, pack it up. Like this episode's done.
Yeah, we're done.
My entire thesis has gone out the window.
Shit, did we just ruin your whole case for the? Is it a comedy?
Yeah, it's entirely based on the wait time to get on that ride and how it's based on this movie.
Amazing. There's a couple of highlights here that I want to point out. Like, you know, once Jack gets Elizabeth out of the water, she can't breathe, and he cuts off her corset, and she finally can breathe again. And the one guy's like, "How did you know to do that?" He's like, "Clearly, you've never been to Singapore."
Yeah, that's just like. I mean, I don't know. Again, like it's a PG-13 movie. It's like you got to write some jokes for the parents, right?
For the parents, for sure. The Commodore's going through all of his effects, and he's like a compass that doesn't point north, like just all these like one gun with a single bullet, no extra shot, like kind of you know, talking down on Sparrow, and he's like, "What are you talking about? I love all that stuff. That stuff's my gear." Did you have any other moments in the sequence that you want to touch on?
There's a lot of cool action scenes that follow, and like I kind of want to touch on the action because, well, this is an action adventure movie, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it's qualified 100%. As. I don't see it so much as an action movie. However, the little bit of like sword fighting and the choreography we get is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a good example of it here where, you know, we get our big fight between Bloom and Depp, right? They're fighting in the, what is it, like a barn?
It's the smithy. It's the blacksmith shop.
The blacksmith, sure. And the smithy. Is that what you just called it?
Yeah, the smithy. Okay, before you go on, like I'll let you go on with that. This fucking moment killed me. I audibly like laughed out loud. I think my partner laughed at me for laughing at it. But the blacksmith is like asleep. Yeah. And Sparrow wants to check if he's awake, so he like kind of pats him. He turns around and then just turns back to him and pounces and goes, "Wow!" It's just it had like that Grinch energy when he's like pouncing at the dog, trying to get the dog to bark. It's so good.
That's so funny. But yeah, I mean, it ties into that too. Like the choreography, the action we get. Like there's one point where he throws the sword at the door, right? We already said that this would be cool if it was anybody but this lame weenie blacksmith. But he turns around and he picks up another sword, you know, fresh out of the oven. And as they go to, you know,
fresh out of the oven.
As they go to swipe at each other, I don't know. Clearly, I don't watch a lot of sword fighting.
As they go to swashbuckle.
You see sparks because the one sword is like so hot. Like it's little things like that are really cool, you know?
Yeah. And then the creativity of it all too. Like they're balancing on that wagon thing at one point, and it's like teetering side to side, and they got to work on their footwork, and then they're up in the rafters kind of fighting. Yeah. It's a really, really fun sequence and action part.
So on that note, like I really do want to ask you, you know, to you, is this like an action movie? Like when you think action, is this what you think of?
I don't think this is an action movie. I think this is like a true adventure movie.
Okay.
Like it's so much more adventure than it is action. Like we could, there's really this scene when the Pearl attacks for the first time, and then sort of like the climax, like that are action moments, really, like in my opinion. How about you? What do you think?
I couldn't agree more, man. And like, you know, we'll get into it a little more at the end of the episode, but I just want to do a temperature check with you because, you know, this is like I guess our first shot of some sort of action, right? Like, swashbuckling. Right.
The swashbuckling action.
The swashbuckling action. This is our first swashbuckle. So
yeah.
I just wanted to know where swashbuckling lands on the action scale for you. Is it?
It's a lot of fun. I'll give it a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, we kind of briefly touched on it. There's, you know, you get the Pearl attacks for the first time. Okay, why don't you just give me some of your highlights too? Anything you want to touch on going forward?
Yeah. So not necessarily like a scene or sequence I want to like discuss, but I do want your thoughts on the pacing because personally, like I think the pacing of this movie is incredible. Like it's a longer movie. You and I like notoriously complain about length. Within the first 30 minutes, like we've introduced a handful of characters, our A plot, our B plot. We haven't just dumped like exposition either, but like we've been able to like digest, I guess, what's being presented in a very clear and concise manner, you know? And it's all being done with like this hilarious undertone. It's not funny for the sake of being funny. It still manages to just like underscore the tone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like you said, there's no exposition dumps. You're learning things kind of naturally as the movie goes along. Like, you know, you learn about the pirate medallion because Elizabeth falls in the water and it sends out like a pulse and you're like, oh, what's that about? Like they never like explicitly tell you like, oh, this thing is what they need. Like, no, you're like, oh, it builds intrigue. And like, then there's the, you know, Jackson jail and the Pearl is attacking the port and some of his old crewmates come by and you learn there's like a curse like about, right? When the guy sticks his hand through the, what is it? The jail cell, like bars, and it turns into a skeleton. And you're like, oh, that's like, what's going on here? Like, what's the ghost pirates about? Right. So, it's a really kind of like great example of that writing that doesn't do too much telling. It just shows. It just lets you pick things up on your own and you get involved.
100%. And it's all tied together too, right? It's like we're learning the backstories, we're learning the history, we're learning the character dynamics. We're also learning about the characters, like when, our boy Weenie Bloom breaks Jack Sparrow out of jail.
Weenie Bloom.
Like he doesn't just go get a key, right? Like he's methodical about it. He uses physics and science.
I think he uses leverage.
Leverage. That's right. He does use leverage.
Yeah, it's all about the leverage.
It's a very well written movie.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like you get those two pirate chuckleheads who end up stealing Elizabeth because they think she's a Turner. Like, and they're like, they literally take her because she gives them the name Turner. And it's like, it's so interesting the way they build out like you said, the backstory. Everything's related. All the characters tie together. Do you want to talk quickly about Jack and Will stealing the boat? Because I think this is a pretty fun scene.
I mean, absolutely. Again, this is using physics to bust out Sparrow, right? Like it's so on board with him. Does this trick work? Like using the upside down dinghy with an air pocket underwater? Like
I was going to ask you, like, as the physics expert who calling out leverage on the pod, does that physics hold up?
If you don't follow us on Instagram, please tune in to our Instagram live.
Our Instagram
1
live
week from today.
I would honestly try this out. Like it seems potentially possible. I just don't know how you're ever holding that boat underwater with just two people. Like the buoyancy of wood, I think, would overpower. I'm not a scientist. I'm not even going to get into it.
I'm positive you only started that sentence to say buoyancy.
You might be right.
Oh,
but
boy.
It does give us such a great shot just watching them walk across the ocean floor in this boat. I think even Will has a comment of like, how the hell did you know this would work? Like, this makes no sense.
It's so good, man. And then, of course, like swapping boats after they get on to the Commodores. Like, it's such a fun twist that, again, just...
I love a runaround like that.
It gives us like the perfect impression of who Jack Sparrow is as a pirate, right?
Well, it also you get those two guards again on the docks, like going back to those guys where he's like, no, I'm going to steal that boat. And like, oh, why would you take that one when this one's faster? And he's like, oh, okay, you're giving me information.
Was that Chris Farley who just saying way more than he's supposed to?
The security guard. Okay, let's move on a little bit here. Another one of these sequences that I really, really love, and I always get excited about it when I rewatch it, is when Barbossa reveals the curse kind of like in earnest. Like it's after, Elizabeth's been taken aboard, she's called for parley, all that fun stuff. And Barbossa's dining with her. And he thinks that she's related to Bootstrap Bill Turner because she gave the false name. But he kind of tells us about that whole legend of the cursed Aztec gold, Cortez, all of that stuff. How are you feeling about the legend, like the sort of mythology of it all?
Dude, the legend itself, we'll get into in a sec, but these are the movies that I fucking die for, man. Like, I wish we had more of this stuff, like curses, legends, myths, like treasure. Yeah, it's right up my alley. I don't know why Hollywood stopped making like treasure hunting or curse or whatever legend movies. Like, they're for everybody. And to be honest, as much as I hate to admit it, like, this is the era for it. Like, these are streamer movies.
Oh, yeah, 100%. The problem is they just cost so much damn money to make because they're usually like gallivanting across the world kind of journey, right?
I mean, that's fair, but how hard is it to fake, whether you're in Chicago or whether you're in...
No, I want on location only. I want to know which part of the Caribbean we're in.
The entire thing is going to take place in water. Get James Cameron on the horn now. I don't know. They tried to make a few. Like, did you see, was it fucking Jungle Cruise? Another movie based on a ride, or
is the ride based on that
movie?
Is
the ride finally based on the movie? I don't know.
I have no idea. I think it's what they did. I think that it's what they did with this one. I love that your worldview about Disney's kind of collapsing under this.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was a Disney person, big Disney shill over here.
Big Disney.
I have to take off my Mickey Mouse hat right now.
Yeah, they're calling for it.
No, we can talk about the actual curse. So what did you think? Like,
I'm like exactly like you. I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. Yes, a cursed treasure. That's incredible. Like, and then on top of that, the cursed treasure also turns you into like immortal ghost pirates.
Yeah, why don't they want to be ghost pirates?
So sick.
I don't understand. Like, are they upset because they can't
You're
eat?
literally pirates. Yeah, like this should be your dream. Like, you cannot die. You can plunder and pillage all you want now.
I don't get it.
But I do think it's what you said. Barbossa mentions it. It's like everything they eat turns to ash in their mouth. He really just wants to have a bushel of apples.
So they literally stole this from the Matrix, is what you're saying, right? The whole reason Cypher decided to stop being in the Matrix was because he wanted a piece of steak.
Yeah.
The fucking ripoff, man. Everybody,
how do they
stop ripping off the Matrix, Hollywood? Okay, like
how
there's other movies
how do the
to rip
machines
off.
know?
Yeah.
How do the machines know what steak tastes like? I love the guy who's doing his stand-up routine on the Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
But I'm totally with you. And again, this sequence gives us another like all-time line for me. I have a connection to this line because of a summer that I worked for the city outside and heat exhaustion. I'll tell you the line and I'll tell you the story.
Oh boy.
But it's the best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. You know, and then you really see the whole crew, like they're all working the deck and they're all skeletons, and obviously Elizabeth's a little freaked out by this. But the story, this is stupid. You're probably gonna think it's dumb, but I worked a summer job, and heat exhaustion would, you know, by the end of the day, you'd be out picking weeds in the flower beds all day, and sun's beating down on you. You get a little bit loopy. One guy on our team, his last name was Turner. So we just kept turning to him. We'd say the line, "Best start believing in ghost stories, Mr. Turner. You're in one." Just like constantly on repeat.
I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah, he was a big fan of it. And then we'd break out into singing the theme song, just like over and over again.
Mediocre story at best. However, you did touch on something that I actually wanted to bring up and talk to you about. The score.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing, right?
Hit me with all your thoughts.
So, like, obviously our main theme is iconic, but then like everything else is just as impressive. Like it consistently matches the tone perfectly. Like,
yeah.
Even when we get, you know, quote unquote scarier moments in the movie. So you just brought up, you know, Elizabeth running around all these campy ass looking skeleton pirates.
The campy.
Like, maybe it was a little more scary, I guess, when CGI was considered impressive versus, you know, campy now. But there's this scene where, you know, she's like, she's spinning the pirate wheel. And as the wheel is spinning, it keeps hitting the chin of one of the pirate skulls, right?
It's pretty good.
And still, like, the score captures that moment perfectly where it's menacing, of course. But then it's also like a little playful. Do you know what I mean? It's just
it gets light. There's some levity in it.
A little playful, a little menacing, but like just at the end of the day, all pirate.
Dude, and that's the best way to sort of describe the score to me. It's like you said, Barbossa's theme is menacing. It's got that like the deep like dun 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 dun, like that's so like powerful. And then Jax is just like upbeat, you know. It's almost like they wrote the score after seeing him run, like because it sort of like matches the cadence of his little thing. But I was doing some research on it, and the main theme was actually done by Hans Zimmer. Then a German composer named Klaus Badelt did the rest of the movie based on that main theme. So like they kind of worked in tandem on it. But it's cool to see that like Hans Zimmer was the main composer on the I think it's called "He's a Pirate" is the main theme, which. But very apt. It fits. It works.
If they could rename it now, 100% it would be, but why is the rum gone?
Yeah, but why is the rum gone? All right. Let's move it to talk about a couple things that like didn't work for you. Is there anything in particular, like anything at all throughout the movie that wasn't working for you?
It all does kind of work for me. Like I feel like this is such a cop-out answer. I'd say, I guess maybe like Orlando Bloom being like such a little weenie, but really like...
I feel like we're hating on Orlando a little too hard.
He is just... You really knocked it out of the park with a weenie, because like that's what he is. Like, there's nothing objectively wrong with him. Like, he's just a weenie. You know what I mean? Like, you can like weenies.
He just isn't as cool as Jack Sparrow, and that's it.
But you know what? Even that kind of works because you know you contrast him with the chaos that is Jack Sparrow, and it basically follows the law of a buddy comedy, right? Like Jack Sparrow is our Jason Segel, Bloom is our Paul Rudd. Like Jack Sparrow is our Kumar, like Bloom is our Harold. You know what I mean? It just it works so perfectly in tandem with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess if I had to say something though, I mean to me anyways, there's a major lull from the moment Bloom and Elizabeth get back on the ship. We get a lot of back and forth again between Depp and Barbossa, like probably up until the marooning and the rescue maybe of Jack and Elizabeth. It does feel very like dialogue and exposition heavy. It's definitely not quite as fun. Yeah. But then I'm not quite sure how else you wrap up that first half and sort of kick off our climax. So I don't know. Is that kind of in line with your thoughts?
It's kind of like exactly like I have two parts that don't really work for me. And it's the sequence where Barbossa takes Elizabeth to return the coin the first time.
Yeah.
Everything just like slows down. Barbossa goes on this like very verbose fucking speech about returning the coin and all this stuff. And it feels a bit out of character to me for Barbossa because he has been such a like straight to the point kind of guy while also being a bit charming. Like he doesn't strike me as the one for long, elegant speeches, you know, like this doesn't strike me as his character. It's a little weird. And then
that's a good point. And I mean, again, you can contrast that with, I guess, him sort of revealing it all to her while they're crushing dinner, right? Like,
yeah,
he gives her enough just to keep her intrigued and sort of like guessing and kind of on the edge of her seat. Whereas, you know, at this point, like you're saying, it's very long and drawn out. It's very like Dr. Evil, right? It's very,
yeah.
It's very like, I don't know, flanderized version of a villain, or I guess a flanderized version of him, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do agree too. It's like you were mentioning when Will and Elizabeth get back to the boat, the Interceptor, it again slows down there too. And it's like you said, it's like, what else would they have done? Because you've set up this twist of like Elizabeth is using the false name. So that's why they took her. Now you have to somehow get the villains to get Will. And it all starts to sort of fall apart a little bit and become like clunky. I think that's like the best term for it. It's clunky because, you know, you mentioned it does drag when they're on the Interceptor, but it also kind of is a bit fun at the same time because, you know, the Pearl's chasing them down and Elizabeth has that really cool plan to drop the anchor and turn the ship quickly. You know, you get a great line from Johnny Depp when he's in the brig and he says, "Stop blowing holes in my ship." Like it's a really great one. You know, Jack ends up like crossing the board thingy while the monkey runs across it, and Barbossa just goes, "Thanks, Jack." And Jack's like, "Yeah, you're welcome." He's like, No, we named the monkey Jack."
Yeah.
Like another great line. There's a lot of like fun moments, but it also at the same time, it's like, why the fuck did they waste like 20 minutes dumping cargo to only turn around and fight? Like, it's weird. It's like, it just feels like weird choices. And I honestly think there's like 20-ish minutes of this movie that can be cut out and you kind of get a more streamlined version of it.
I mean, I didn't write the movie, so I don't know how you do it. But yeah, that's like you said, there's like 3 or 4 like different plot lines going on that just, they all need to merge into one. And there's no real way to do it other than to just explain it all to the audience and then just bring them all together, right? Like, I don't know how you would do that. I'm not the writer of this movie, but that's where you save that 20 minutes for sure.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's take a really quick break. And then when we're back, we're going to finish off our discussion of the movie, cover some funniest scenes, and wrap things up.
Hey, TFME listeners. You can find us every Wednesday on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're enjoying the episode, don't forget to hit subscribe and drop us 5 stars. Instagram and Letterboxd links are in the episode's description.
And we're back. All right. I would be remiss not to include this sequence as a highlight of the movie. Jack and Elizabeth marooned on the island. It's a lot of fun. What'd you think of this part?
The reveal that he just spent 3 days lying on the beach drinking rum couldn't be more in line with his character.
It's the best.
It's honestly perfect.
So great. I love when they get there and Elizabeth is kind of like, you know, she's worried. She's stressed because they're stuck on an island. She's like, well, what are you going to do? Like rope some sea turtles together, like based on the legend. But Jack is like, you know, he walks up to a tree and he's like measuring it and then he like takes a couple paces and you're like, what's Jack up to? And then he reveals the rum stores like underneath the palm fronds. It's so good. And then also, you get the most iconic line of the movie, I think, and at this part as well. The next morning, Elizabeth has started a massive fire, and Jack's wondering, why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum gone? There it is.
But why is the rum gone? So good.
It's almost a shame that we didn't get more of them, because like their dynamic's a lot of fun. Whereas I feel like Orlando Bloom and him, like Orlando Bloom like takes a lot of his shit, but I guess it's a better dynamic with her because she doesn't take the shit, right? She kind of just gives it back, and he kind of takes it. Like he's been relegated.
He kind of likes it.
He's been relegated to the weenie, right? And
yeah. It's like So Will is the weenie to Jack, and Jack is the weenie to Elizabeth.
And it's evident too when he's walking away, like he's having a little hissy fit over the rum, and you see it up in smoke, right? And he sees the fucking boat. And says there'll be no living with her after this. Like,
it's so funny.
Like, it's a little reminiscent of, I guess, your like 70s sitcoms where it's always like, oh, I hate my wife, but it's done a lot more tastefully.
Yeah, he knows he's not going to hear the end of it. It's funny you say that. Like, my partner noted like right away. She was like, the chemistry between Keira Knightley and Johnny Depp is just like far and above so much more than her and Orlando Bloom. Like,
yeah.
It begs a couple of questions. It's like they don't even make sense together at all. I don't know their relationship, like Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann. And then also, like, it brings up another question for the ending of the movie. Like, did Will really become that close with Jack to want to save him? Like, they didn't spend a whole lot of time together.
I don't know, man. It's the code of the weenie. Like, that's what it is.
It's the pirate code. You should watch the second one though, if you like the Elizabeth and Jack stuff. That's a lot. It's kind of all about that like love triangle dynamic there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that one of them is like that. Okay, let's wrap things up with the final battle. The final battle happens, of course, between Commodore Norrington and the pirates at the Isla de Muerta. This sequence really works for me. We've got a ton of fun stuff happening here between, there's some double crosses, there's the moonlight and the ghost pirate, some really unique shots. So I'm just curious, like, what are your thoughts on this conclusion? Anything in particular liking? I can get into my list after.
I have to get it in before you do, because I know that you also have this one on your notes. The shot of the pirates walking across the ocean floor is just such a wicked shot.
It's so great, dude.
I have to imagine like this was the teaser trailer moment for this movie, right? Like, how could it not be?
Yeah. Like they're walking under the boat. So they walk under the boat and they go into shadow and turn back into normal, and then come out and go back to like skeleton. Such a cool sequence.
It builds the tension so well too. Just all of it leading up to the big battle, the way they're, walking across the ocean floor, the way they creep up to the ship, creeping across the ship, and then finally, ambushing the Commodore's men. Like, it's so good, It's like you could hear a pin drop. You can feel the tension boiling.
Yeah, it's really fun too, because like before that, you get the whole interaction with Jack and Barbossa, where Jack again, he's got another deal, he's got another like scheme to lay onto Barbossa. He's like, now you've got the makings of your own fleet, and you name me captain of the Pearl. And he's like, he does the whole thing where he's like, to the boats. He's like, my apologies, you're in charge, kind of thing, right? and then Barbossa says, take a walk, and you're like, what does take a walk mean? And then when you see it, you're like, oh shit, those guys are fucked.
It reminded me so much of the Simpsons scene where Bart says, take him away, boys. And then, Chief Wiggum is like, hey, that's my line. Bake them away, toys. So
yeah, bake them away, toys.
I couldn't appreciate the moment as well as you could, but...
I also really love like Barbossa's face when Jack returns again. He's just like... all blood leaves his face. He's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's no way this guy made it off the island again. And he goes, it's not possible. And Sparrow's just like, not probable. Again, we get some great swashbuckling here. You get a couple of, 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 3 people fighting each other. Like, a lot of great stuff happening here. I really enjoy when Elizabeth and Will make a pirate kebab out of the 3 guys.
So I wanted to talk about this again, because this is Like, this is not an action movie. Like, you know what I mean? This is a comedy. Like, this is funny.
It's fun. It's fun. Yeah.
It's gimmicky. It's campy. Like, yeah, literally a pirate kebab. Like,
Yeah. It's
how do you take that seriously?
On top of that, they set a grenade in the guy's rib cage and push him out of the moonlight.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck. He's like, I'm screwed. Like, what do I do? Again, there's a lot of great lines. Like, you also get the two pirate chuckleheads in the dinghy in their dresses, and they start fighting each other because the one tells the other that he looks really good.
Where did the dresses come from? It's like, of course they have
think
them on.
Barbosa has like a stockpile because he gave one to Elizabeth earlier.
I just like the idea that they pull off this maneuver so frequently that of course they have dresses for it. Because the guy even references, he's like, this is our Trojan horse. This is,
Yeah, he does.
we're,
We're just like the
Greeks in Troy.
Trojans.
So they've done this before.
Yeah, except not a horse and only dresses. The way he says it's so good. Yeah, just like he said, a lot of cool stuff happening here. The swashbuckling, it's all great. And then, of course, the good guys win. They break the curse. Barbosa gets shot. And his last words, I feel cold. Like, I don't know, poetic? Like, what a great, like, last words for this guy. Like, it's just really good. Like, really good writing.
There's a lot of good, like, mic drop moments. And, like, for sure, that's one of them. Again, like you said, the writing is so good. It really is.
Yeah. So that's the movie, basically. I mean, there's the sequence where, Jack's about to be hung and Will saves him. I do want to give Weenie Will a shout out. That toss of the sword is pretty cool. Lands perfectly for Sparrow to put his feet on so he doesn't hang to death.
It's not doing it for me. I'm sorry.
But then the hat. And then it's the hat too. It's like the hat takes it away how cool it was. I think Jack even says like nice hat to him before he falls off the ledge.
Because he's a weenie.
Yeah. All right. That's enough about the highlights and sequences of the movie. Let's discuss our funniest scenes. Why don't you kick us off here?
I love assembling a team, putting together a new crew.
Right.
We're introduced to the mute pirate who had his tongue cut out, Mr. Cotton.
Yeah.
Jack asks, do you have the courage and fortitude to follow orders and stay true in the face of danger? He obviously can't answer because he does not have a tongue. So he's informed that they trained the parrot to talk for him.
Yeah.
Jack says, okay, Mr. Cotton's parrot. Same question.
What's the parrot say? He says something and then Gibbs is just like, we generally think that means yes.
It's so good, man. It's the little moments like that really got me, right? Because again, like we could just sit here and talk about how funny in general like Jack Sparrow is, right? But it's the little gags that are just kind of sprinkled throughout the movie that really do it for me.
For me, it's there's two pairings of who I call chuckleheads.
Okay.
In this movie. You got the Royal Navy chuckleheads who are Mulroy and Murtaugh, and these are the dock guards. They show up again later at the end of the movie in the final battle, but they're the ones that they first confront Jack when they're, on the docks. He wants to steal a ship, and they have that argument over which ship is the fastest. Meanwhile, Jack is like slipping away behind them, and they're like no real ship could match the Interceptor for speed. But if it was a real ship, would it not be fast? They just go back and forth about it. I really enjoy those guys.
It's a good duo. There's the story of Jack's escape, of course, right? The setup is so perfect. It's very serious. The score settles in a dark and dramatic manner. And then we get the big reveal that on the fourth day, he roped himself a couple sea turtles. And it just, even the score just like kind of stops because it's like, oh, like, come in on the joke, everybody. Like, we're not serious. This is going to get funny, right? And then he says, what'd you use for the rope? Human hair from my back.
From my back. Jack's got a lot of great lines. Like I mentioned the woe to check see if the blacksmith's asleep, but he has all these like tongue twistery lines where he just like talks people into a circle. And one of my favorites is Barbosa at the end. He says, "Me, I'm dishonest. And you can always trust a dishonest man to be dishonest. It's the honest ones you got to watch. Like, or that, and when Will shows up on the Black Pearl, and he's just like, he's begging him like, don't do anything stupid, don't do anything stupid, and Will threatens to kill himself, and Barbossa asks like, who's this guy? And Jack's like, he's no one. Lovely singing voice though, eunuch.
What?
It's so great. My last thing that I really love, I would be remiss not to mention these guys. The pirate comedic relief, I believe their names are Pintel and Raggedy.
Yeah, I have that written down too.
These two just crack me up all throughout the movie. They're like, they're kind of the trope of like the actual worst pirates always messing everything up. You know, the one guy has a friggin' wooden eye. What's not to love about these guys? Two of my favorites are, you know, the one guy turns to him, he's like, you know, when we become like living again, you'll be able to get a real eye. He's like, yeah, this one splinters something terrible. And he's like rubbing his eyes. He's like, quit rubbing it.
Do you know who they remind me of? Are you actually like a big South Park guy? Like, do you remember like, I guess the older episodes?
I remember some, like I definitely watched it.
So there's one where Jimmy goes away to camp and he runs into Nathan and Nathan's sidekick Mimsy. Do you know who they are? They're like
I think I remember these guys.
They're the like stereotypical, you know, like Pinky and the Brain, for example, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's exactly like these guys. Like the whole time they're arguing and squabbling, all I can hear is, you know, like South Park, Nathan going, Mimsy. Something always goes wrong.
Yeah,
and it's always the one's fault, right?
Yeah. I do love it. These two are so much fun. Jack wants to use parlay, but he can't remember the word.
Yeah.
And he's like, parsnip, parsley, and the one guy just goes parlay. And you can, like you said, you can hear the Mimsy. My last one, at one point during the battle, the guy with the wooden eye gets a fork stuck in it.
Yeah.
Just a great little bit of like slapstick humor watching the fork kind of like rotate around with his eye. So good.
100%.
Did you have anything else for the funniest scenes?
No, I'm ready. I need to know. Where do you stand
ready?
on
You're
this?
ready for the verdict?
I need to
You're
know,
going
like,
to cast
are we
your...
on the same page here? Tell me we're on the same page.
So I'm not going to change my verdict based on anything. This is what I wrote.
Okay.
My verdict was that I don't think this is a comedy.
Okay.
My case being is there's just not enough laughs to tilt this to the side, like tilt this out of the side of adventure. You know, like it feels so much like a typical, this is your adventure movie and it's got comedic relief. You know, it doesn't feel enough like it's been constructed like a comedy for me.
Okay.
It's kind of just that, like, you know, fun, family-friendly romp at the movies that has jokes to alleviate the tension that's been building throughout, right? Having said that, you know, I absolutely adore this movie. Brings back such nostalgic vibes. Depp is absolutely incredible as Jack Sparrow. He alone, that character should be studied for just like slapstick movements. Just like, you know, like he's like, when you look at it that way, it's so great. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about this movie. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars on Letterboxd.
Oh, nice. I think I gave it 4 stars too.
All right, how about you? Where are you landing with it?
Okay, so my verdict, it does oppose yours, although it isn't too dissimilar.
That's good.
I think this is a comedy in the same way that for this being a movie in 2003, it's not a pure comedy. Skip ahead 20 years from now, skip ahead 20 years from 2003, we're not getting pure comedies anymore. Like, we only get hybrids, right?
Yeah, true.
Like, I don't know what you want to call, like, when's the last Naked Gun maybe is the last like pure comedy we really got, but other than that, like everything is kind of like
you're getting things like The Lost City and
exactly,
you know, like
right?
Ricky Stenicki's probably a pure comedy, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You know, we throw this into the action adventure category, right? And it's just, I'll preface this of course with, okay, it's hard to make a call because like one's taste in movies in general, it's all subjective. The Martian was nominated in the comedy category for the Golden Globes, right? Like,
okay,
it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. But if we're going to call that a comedy, like this is very much a comedy. I don't know what you call this. Like when you have an objectively hilarious character, like face of the franchise, Like, it's clearly an adventure movie, but it's not an action adventure movie. Like, I don't know why we insist on putting these two genres together in like one hyphenated wide casting net. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
To me, this isn't an action adventure movie. Like, can you call it an adventure comedy? Because I would certainly call it that. There's more funny than there is fist fights. Like,
hey, that's a good point.
It's not a Die Hard. Like, it's not a stereotypical like rock movie where it's a little funny because, you know, he says some stupid rockisms. Like, to me, this is more comedy than those. And those are more action adventure than this. So I don't know where you put this weird hybrid. Like,
okay.
If we could,
I get what you're saying.
If we could constitute it as a comedy adventure movie, like, to me, that counts as being a comedy.
You know, I hear you. Like, I get where you're coming from. Like, the point that stands out to me the most is it's got more laughs than sword fights. Like, and that's a good, like,
literally, that is my thesis.
And honestly, like, having said that, like, I kind of hear where you're coming from, and I sort of change my opinion a bit. Like, I could be on that. So I could buy in that this is more of an adventure comedy than it is an action adventure. I can absolutely buy that argument 100%.
Right. And even then, like, you think of other like action adventure movies, you know, like Lord of the Rings is an action adventure movie. Yeah. These are both like similar in that I guess they're kind of fantasy.
I never laughed in Lord of the Rings.
No, you didn't.
I can tell you that. I was sad. I cried.
I never laughed. I laughed at Clerks 2 description of Lord of the Rings.
That's not true. I laughed. Hey, at our boy Orlando Bloom. He had a good line in Helm's Deep when Gimli's like, I can't see what's going on out there. He goes, "Would you like me to get you a box?"
That's pretty good.
So good.
I think this falls under like a comedy adventure in the same way something like The Goonies would.
Yeah, that's a good comp.
I guess my argument is that this is clearly an adventure movie. Like, there's an obvious adventure-based plot. Like, this has all the elements of a hero's journey, right? So, like, if we're going to continue to lump together action and adventure, then I would qualify this as a comedy because I don't see it as an action movie at all.
Yeah, you see this as an adventure comedy, not an action adventure. That's fair.
Just like,
I like that take.
We've just like universally accepted like these two genres as like one hyphenated like mess. You know what I mean? I don't know why action adventure always goes together. I don't understand it.
Oh, that's totally fair. I like that you're speaking out on it. You know, you're standing up for the adventure comedies.
The guy who created it is so mad right now. He's like, yo, I fucking heard this podcast.
I worked so hard. I worked so hard to get that.
Yeah. I took all the way to the Supreme Court to get those hyphenated. What the fuck?
I spoke to the Academy. All right, let's wrap things up for this week. Reminder, we're going to be taking a week off, so you'll be getting a re-release of a past episode next week. But Rip, why don't you tell the audience what's next when we return on March 11th?
We're pulling from the animation category. You and I, both diehard Simpsons fans, so why don't we take a run at the Simpsons movie?
Sounds good to me.